When your life really starts to go in the right direction, you'll have this temporary wave of discomfort and pain, and allow me to explain why. Hi, my name's Nilo, and in these videos I tell you actionable steps to improve your life. So if that's something that you're interested in, then go down below and hit that subscribe button. Ever since I quit playing video games, it's something that I've noticed. It's almost like I went into this state where my dopamine kind of was lower. You know, like the fucking molecule hormone, whatever gives you like motivation and stuff. I'm not a fucking brain scientist. But the point is that we need dopamine. And our brain is going to seek it either way from anything and any source that it can get it from. And it doesn't really care if those sources are destructive. And our brain feels that as a good thing. But for us, that can be really bad because it can allow you to get into addictions and really bad habits while you're going about trying to cut out all of the negative things that you've been doing before. And I feel like I understand some of you guys right now. Like if you're trying to quit smoking, any kind of drugs, some really hard to quit or thought of as hard to quit habits that you may have had from the past, I feel like I understand you a lot better now, because I get up in the morning and I have an urge for instant gratification almost when I'm not doing those past things that would give me so much dopamine. Like, bro, I'm almost ashamed to say this, but I've like borderline been close to like watching porn, bro. And I quit that shit like 7 months ago. So it is real. Like, you really do get those spikes and those fluctuations, and it can really mess with you because it feels like I'm going in the right direction, but all of a sudden, why am I feeling like all this urge to go back? But remember, take that as something that's temporary. It's not really a bad thing. It's a sign that you're making really drastic changes, and so you should be proud of that if you're feeling it. But you know that on this channel, I don't talk about problems, I talk about solutions. So when you do feel these urges to go back to past habits, when you do feel these pullbacks that are trying to pull you back into those old high dopamine producing activities that you've now stepped away from, then the most important thing that you need to do is divert that dopamine source to something else, because you can't just not have dopamine. Your brain is going to want it either way, but put that into something healthy. Go lift the weights, go exercise, go meditate, actually eat good nutritious food. All of these things are going to release dopamine, but the thing is, it's going to come from something that's not actually destructive for your life. Now, something that's true, but that can actually be a little bit scary, is the fact that dopamine is something that you can become desensitized to. And what that of course means is that you'll require a bigger dosage to feel the same effect. However, the good thing is that this process also works the other way. So you'll require less dopamine for similar effects once your dosage goes down. And all of our dosages currently on a daily basis, especially if you're engaged in a lot of unhealthy but very rewarding in the short term type activities, then your dosage will be incredibly high as of baseline. So when you start reducing that, you'll actually notice that smaller things that you might have not noticed before actually start to make you a lot happier, and you don't require like so much outside stimulus in order to feel that good internal motivational drive inside of you. It's kind of like when I travel to a summer house of a relative during the holidays, you know, and you're not on your phone so much, you don't have so many technological distractions, and after a few days or even weeks in this like really nature-rich environment, you start to appreciate like the trees, like the way the trees look. You start to kind of like taste your food more. It's a crazy experience, but you don't need to travel somewhere else to experience that. You can just reduce your dopamine sensitivity, and you can really bring that down to a level where you can gain a lot of happiness from those smaller things. What I want you guys to take away from this video is to just push past that curve, because know that it's temporary. And this is really the thing, is that it tests you in the beginning, literally, because when you're trying to fix these things, when you're trying to fix these habits, then in the beginning you get that immediate hormonal biological pushback against what you're trying to do. But please persist with it. It will go away, and you'll feel so much better alongside with the actual health, attractiveness, physical benefits that you get from whatever you're trying to do. If any of you guys have read the book Atomic Habits, which if you don't know that book, you should definitely check it out, you'll know a lot about the concept of accountability in habit formation and self-improvement. And if you're one of my real life friends, then you're going to be hearing about this. But one of the main things that you should focus on in this stage is accountability, because other people and their accountability onto you do will help you stay in shape even when you really don't feel like doing that thing and you feel like giving up. Knowing that someone else is relying on you for their motivation as well can oftentimes be the one key thing that helps you to stay on track. This message and this concept has probably resonated with some part of your self-improvement if you're going hard enough and you're being effective with it. And if not, then I would suggest to you that you need to push until you do feel this kind of pullback and you do feel that jerk reaction to go back to your old habits. That's when you know your life is good. That's when you know you're going in the right direction. Pick that thing and then get some accountability from the people around you so you have the willpower and the strength to push past that thing. We're brothers on this journey. We don't have to do this alone. Okay? I believe in all of you guys. Your success is my success.